Hello, I'm Martin Walker. I'm the Director of the Global Business Policy Council. And I want to talk about Bulgaria's economic prospects within the European Union in the short and medium term future. This year's figures are, of course, going to be pretty hard hit by the recession that's taken place in Europe as a whole. When a country like Germany is facing a 6% decline in GDP, then countries whose fates are closely linked to big European countries like Germany are going to suffer as well. But what we're looking at for Bulgaria this year is somewhere 3 to 4% decline, probably exacerbated by a decline in the number of remittances for Bulgarians working abroad, and also perhaps hit by what we think is likely to be some complications in global food prices as they emerge this summer. However, on the other hand, Bulgaria has been helped by the fall in energy prices, and in the longer term, Bulgaria's prospects are really very promising because there is so much room for improvement in crop yields, in the agricultural sector, and also Bulgaria maintains quite a steep advantage, a comparative advantage in wage rates, and the productivity figures in Bulgarian industry are rising quite sharply. So the medium-term future, once we get through this mess, should be quite promising. Difficulty is we're not going to get through this mess quickly. Although we're going to have, I think, a bit of a boost in global economic growth later this year and in the first part of next year because of the vast tidal wave of public money and of stimulus spending that we're seeing coming in from governments around the world. The question is, will that recovery be sustainable? And I can give you 3 reasons why I fear it won't be. The first is that I think we will not see the political will being generated, particularly not in Washington, D.C., where I'm speaking to you from, in the Congress to support more stimulus spending. Secondly, we have not fixed the fundamental bank problem. As the IMF report has said, the amount of write-offs the banks have yet to do is somewhere in the region of $4,000 billion. And in this area, Europe has a much more difficult problem than the United States because Europe has written off for its banks much less of their losses so far. The final reason why I'm not sure we're going to be able to have a sustainable recovery in the short term is that we can't count on China. China's GDP is less than a quarter that of Europe, and moreover, China has its own problems. It's difficult to believe the official Chinese figures of growth of 6% in the first quarter of this year when you track reliable statistics like the output of electricity in China, we see that shrank in the industrial sector by about 6%. I don't see how they can get the kind of growth they're claiming with a declining energy output. In short, I think we're in for a W-shaped recession, a double-dip recession. In other words, I don't think that the medium term, which will be promising for Bulgaria, will really start to develop until about 2011 or 2012. Thank you.